Hi, it's Susan at Seaside Stitches, and I've just brought my friend the Harper Cardigan. We're gonna explain a little bit of how I've done it, and welcome to my channel. If you like what you see, please press the thumbs up. I'd be very grateful if you'd subscribed, and then you get notified. If you ding the bell, you get notified of when I put another video on, or it just keeps it in your subscribe list and it's easy to find again. Okay, let's get going. Hello, and I'm back. I'm really sorry about the lighting this afternoon. It's been a rainy day and it's just dull everywhere. And anyway, let's just get started. This is the Sinclair free pattern for the Harper Cardigan. All you need to do is go onto their website and agree to subscribe to their newsletter, and then they'll email you back with a code and you can get this for free. I've really found it an easy make. I've just surprised myself with how simple it was to sew, and there was one issue with the cuffs, but I have put a little video on about how I did that. You will be cringing if you're someone who doesn't like watching someone with pins, but that was the only way I thought of doing it, and the way I've seen other people do it. So it's a really simple construction. My sister said I need one of these with wheels on. Maybe she'll buy me one. Yeah, so it's just got a one-piece back, so you cut it on the fold. Just very simple. I've tried my best to kind of centre the cable, done it in cable knit that was from Higgs and Higgs. I've gone into quite a bit of detail about how I went about deciding to do it. That's in another video. And oops, just bringing it back now. It's really quite warm in here, so I wasn't going to put it on. I've got footage of me wearing it, and I just really wanted to explain the way I've done it. So all you do is you put stay tape on the shoulders of the back, you join the bodice at the front on each side, so you've got your front and your back, then you open that out, you place your sleeve open, you match your notches, and you sew the sleeve along your front and your back, and then you pull it all to the side and you sew up. Well, you sew along from your sleeve to the underarm and then right down to the bottom. So it's really simple. You don't have to do any easing because it's the right size and shape for the pattern. Then there is at the bottom, as I say, it's not very good for light wise, but there is a bottom band which is really simple. Again, it's just a rectangle shape, and you just fold it over. This one you don't sew the ends. No, you just fold it together. So you've got a band about this long, this deep. You just fold it together. It becomes a narrower band, and you just centre it again along the back and along the front, so that it comes together at the front. I sewed it and then overlocked it. It's only got a 1/4 inch seam allowance, so it's really good if you're very proficient at overlocking, so you can just whiz it on the overlocker. I'm only learning, so, and my overlocker is quite just a very basic one, so it's not really got a seam allowance gauge or notification of it, so I'm guessing, and then I don't want to have done it wrong and then have to unpick all the overlocking. So I'm sewing it by my ordinary machine and then overlocking it afterwards. That's how I've done it. And then I'm going up at the ends of my sentence, and then I'm going to do this and you do this. But then the next thing is this: the two sides have the band is cut out into two sections, the front band, so you just sew it at the back, at the top, on the narrowest edge, and that becomes the centre back, and you fold it again. You just fold it like you did the other band, and you put it on double. I made the mistake of and it's quite a long band, this. For some reason, even though I'd done the band at the bottom, where I knew I just doubled it up and just connected it to the bottom of the front and back, this one, for some reason, I decided to sew it as a tube, so I sewed it inside out, got all the way to the end, and then I thought this is going to be really narrow when I sew it, when I turn it through, and realised straight away that I've no idea why I did that. So to unpick the whole thing. So again, it is a good job I hadn't just overlocked it, because it takes such a long time to unpick overlocking, and it may have trimmed it too. So I'm really pleased with that. Once I realised, I just opened it up again and then just doubled it over with the insides together, and then join it, just join it turned back there. Simple. Yes, so then you've got your back, your front, your sleeves are on, and then there's the cuff or cuff. This gave me a little problem because I'm not really adept with my fingers. I have an old hand injury that makes my movement a little bit more, it's a bit more complex really to do finer things. But I managed it, and because I have to have I'm going to say calf, a bicep. My biceps have to do an adjustment on the sleeves, on most tight sleeves. So because it's not like I've been to the gym or anything, it's my bingo wings. Woo. So instead of doing that, I actually just chose to do a 16. I've done a 14 all through, and I did a 16 sleeve, but it still fit well enough just against the back and front. It wasn't really any different, but I had a 16 sleeve then to fit into the cuff. Again, is only put on the same way as there are photographs of this that will show you close-ups and everything that I'll insert during this video, and again you just sew it on as if you were sewing this band on or the bottom band on, but because you're in the round on this one, it's a bit more tricky, and you are easing in all this extra sleeve fabric. fabric so that you get this nice kind of effect where it goes from slightly wider to a narrower cuff. And I'd also narrowed the cuff a bit more than the pattern suggests, because I have very slim wrists, and so I thought may have made a bit of trouble for myself, but it did go together. It was tricky and I had to take my time, but I just really feel now, when I've thought about it, it is one of the easiest makes I've done, because there's no zips, there's no hem, it's all enclosed, everything's done. And although I did put stopwatch on, I don't mean I was watching it, I mean just in the background so that I just got an idea. So every time I did some of it, and it did take me 10.5 hours, that was all of it after I'd cut out, because, and I'd done it wrong, and just because I'm still back at the learning stage. But that's not a long time for such I'm going to say document again. I don't know, I don't know if I've mentioned on my videos, but I have anomia, which means I lose a noun, and I can often replace it with another one that I didn't realise I've replaced it with. So apologies if I'm very confusing when I'm talking. So yes, for a garment to, and I went out in it yesterday, it is really quite cosy. I like it very much. So thank you for listening. I will pad all this out with lots of information or videos or still of me wearing it. So thank you. I really appreciate you visiting my channel. I've recently moved from my own name channel to a brand channel of Seaside Stitches. Hadn't known how to do that when I first set it up. So I'm just in the process of moving the others across. This is number 5 or 6, I've lost count. And it's very nice to speak to you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Bye.